Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin's in price discovery. We just tapped 76,000 over on Coinbase. We broke the all-time high twice last night. Trump just announced winner of the presidential election 2024. Let's freaking go. Couldn't get no more bullish than this. Welcome everyone to today's live stream. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, 220,000 in play in 2024. Amen. Also, BlackRock unprecedented volume of Bitcoin inflows through their ETF within the first 20 minutes of the Wall Street Open. Over $1 billion in volume, which is really mind-boggling. Major institutional FOMO. We'll also be discussing Coinbase exec urges the SEC reform after Trump's election win. And guess what? Gary, you're fired. Now go home and get your shine box, Mr. Chairman. Also, the crypto community celebrates the Trump election victory. We'll be discussing this, as well as Pompliano calls Bitcoin gold with wings, says Bitcoin is the savings account of the new generation. Preach. And Kathy Wood says the Trump victory will put the blockchain and 4 other technologies on steroids. We'll also be discussing a very bullish prediction from Economist predicting a blow off top for the biddy, sending the Bitcoin price parabolic to 123,000 post-Trump win. Because guess what just happened? Trump won. If you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes and go ahead and subscribe to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod number 1810. I'm your host, JV. It's a beautiful day, November 6, 2024. Presidential victory for Trump. Last night, he was declared the winner. The markets were pumping. Accordingly, we're in price discovery right now while I'm live. We just surpassed $76,000. Where she will stop, no broski knows. So keep the pump a-pumping, shall we? And let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. It's not just Bitcoin pumping, the entire market is pumping, and not just the crypto market, but also the S&P, pretty much all the financial markets. Risk on assets for the win with a Trump victory. That's what the whales wanted to see. So you can see Bitcoin hovering at around 76,000, up 10% on the day. Ether up 11%, Doge up 16%. Everything is in the green. Even XRP got a warm piece of the sidewalk, up 5% on the day. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're currently sitting on a 59.5% Bitcoin dominance versus 12.9% with Ether. The total market cap for crypto is up 6.5% on the day at $2.47 trillion. We got $203 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, which is pretty high. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We have Nero up 43%, Uni up 31%, and Lido down up 29%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we'll get a visual perspective on the day. Virtually every single major crypto pumping and in the green. And zooming out for the monthly, I'd say 60-40 green over red. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're still in greed, interestingly enough, at a 70. Same as yesterday. Last week, we were at extreme greed at a 77. And last month of 50, neutral. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 180,828 blocks yet to go into the halving of 2028. And we're currently on block 869,172. And as of today, broskies, you can only get 1,318 Satoshis per US dollar fiat monopoly Tulip Bowl mania. So stack them stats accordingly. Tap into a little astrology for the broskies, and we'll pull up some of the live charts, which are looking lit like a mofo. This headline reads, Bitcoin heads to the moon. Watch these price levels next. Here you're looking at the 1-month chart. Bitcoin back in price discovery as bets on Trump winning the U.S. presidential election spark now over 10%. Bitcoin price gains on the day. We're currently sitting above 76,000 on exchanges around the world. Now for analyst Checkmate, he says after reclaiming all of them in the recent weeks, the Bitcoin bulls potentially face the challenge of preserving them should sell-side pressure return to the market, referring to the key bull market trend lines in play. Levels to watch include the classic bull market support components such as the 200-day simple moving average and the short-term hodler cost basis. And at this time, the 200-day simple moving average and short-term hodler basis stand at 63.5 and 64.3 respectively. And closer to home, the order book liquidity from CoinGlass shows that the bulk of the ask clustered around 75.5 as the price tests uncharted territory. But guess what? We broke right through that resistance. So next, please. Now to the downside, buyer interest is visible at 73 with bids laddered all the way down to the 70,000 mark. Quoting Keith Allen, degens are degenning. And other cautionary market perspectives include a return to as low as the 60,000 range. I don't know about all that, but anything is possible. This came courtesy of Lucky Chart Ape. Who the hell is that guy? Which uploaded a forecast which he called the dump and pump scenario. Thereafter, Bitcoin should recover to 70 Gs, according to this analyst, but let me know your thoughts. In quoting material indicators, the fact that the volatility we have seen this week is extending into the both directions is an indication of the election-related narratives which are getting obliterated today. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, the one and only Max Kaiser of Bitcoin country, 220,000 in play this year, 2024. Dude, just Bitcoin. Shout out to the BitChrist. Orange pill all day. You know how we do. And very powerful post from Dennis Porter. Let's be absolutely clear. The anti-Bitcoin movement died last night. The USA will be the most pro-Bitcoin nation in the entire world. We will have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We will enshrine a national law to defend our Bitcoin rights. Very powerful words right there. And major institutional FOMO, breaking news, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF surpasses 1 billion in volume within the first 20 minutes of trading. This is the 4-hour. Let's start zoomed in on the 10-minute and expand from there. All the charts are lit because Bitcoin's in price discovery. You want to know what that means? Every single Bitcoiner is in profit. All of you. Every single one of you. You know what I mean? Let's go. B. Rice says, and you get a membership and you get a membership. Perhaps Oprah needs one now after her girls got smashed. Hilarious. Again, welcome all the new members. Keep them coming. So yeah, this is the 10-minute chart. Looking very bullish. We're going to zoom out from here. We'll take a quick look at the 1-hour chart. Again, live and in the flesh. Look at that. The 1 hour is on a tear. Doing its thing. We're at 76,100, currently in price discovery. This is what we live for, broskies. Pump the likes, pump the stream. Make sure to subscribe on the tube. Again, 50 memberships were just gifted. That's godly. Shout out Lock Sky, you the man. So yeah, zooming out from the 1 hour, which just shows clear green, 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 green consecutive candle closes. Check out that 4-hour looking sexy. We have a bullish pennant formation breakout. We have a blue target sitting at 81,300. I think Bitcoin can rip right through to 80 before pulling back, but do expect to pull back. We're up 10% on the day. So it's very normal and healthy to have a pullback consolidation before retesting new highs. But anything is possible. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Welcome to the monopoly era of the past century coming to an end. Their empire is crumbling down like a house of cards. We also have a bullish pennant target of 78.8. Send it. That's where we're heading next, folks. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Check out the 1-day chart. Looking lit. Looky here. I mean, that's all due to the Trump pump, that big green candle. So thank Trump for that one. Obviously, we had a very decisive victory. They announced Trump. We did a 15-hour pump watch. It was pretty amazing. I was honored to usher in the new all-time highs with you. Rising wedge formation on the weekly chart. We still have a very bullish target of 124,000 cup and handle in play for Q4, which can happen in November. Anything is possible with the biddy. You feel me? And zooming out from there, we'll take a quick look at the monthly. Yeah, I mean, past couple of months, we got green monthly candle closes already forming a nice green November close as we're heading into December in a few weeks. I mean, a historic year for the history books as Bitcoin continues to do the unfathomable, and that's continuing to go up forever, Laura. But let's continue with the headlines. A lot to cover today. So yeah, our next headline reads, Coinbase exec urges the SEC reform after the Trump election win. Do you hear that, Gary? You're fired. Go home and get your shine box, Gary. Yeah, so Paul Grewal, chief legal officer of the Coinbase, urged the U.S. SEC to change its approach towards crypto following Trump's election as president. for the second term. Grual expressed hope that the SEC would adopt a regulatory framework that favors the open dialogue and innovation over litigation, reflecting a sentiment amongst the crypto advocates who are increasingly frustrated with the U.S. regulators' enforcement actions. Preach. Now, with Trump promising to fire SEC Chair Mr. Gensler, an SEC shakeup could impact more than just the future of crypto in the United States. Here's the Coinbase CEO right here. I hope Gary understands what has happened tonight. On many, many issues, the voters said loud and clear they want change. Crypto is no exception. So Gary, stop suing crypto. Start talking to crypto. Initiate rulemaking now. There's no reason to wait. Precisely. We're sick of no Claire Gare providing no clarity and just making up the rules along the way and shaking down all the crypto exchanges. Not a good look, Gary. Now, after the election win, Trump pledged to focus on unifying the nation, turning the country around. During the campaign, he vowed to fire Gensler on day one in office as part of ending what he called the Biden-Harris administration's anti-crypto crusade, which is precisely what we have been witnessing. Under Gensler's tenure, the SEC pursued legal action against several high-profile crypto entities. Virtually anyone they can sue, they sued. I call that a shakedown. My blood is Italian. That's what you call it in the mafia, a shakedown. Now, without explicit regulatory guidelines, crypto companies have faced ongoing uncertainty about compliance. That's right, because there's a war on crypto. Senator Warren. Is that just a play on words or what? You mean Sam Bankman Fried. Very interesting. But anyways, Trump's pledge to remove Gensler has led to speculation about potential successors, especially candidates who may favor a more crypto-friendly approach. I'm all for Hester Pierce, a.k.a. the Crypto Mom. Let me know if you'd like to see her replace Gensler. And no, Mark Cuban, Trump is not going to put you in a position. He's already kissing Trump's butt, saying, I'd love to work for you. No, thank you. You already showed your true colors. But yeah, let me know what you think of Crypto Mom as the chairman of the SEC. Pierce previously voiced criticism of the FTC or SEC enforcement-led approach, suggesting regulatory clarity for the crypto industry would better serve the public interest. I mean, that's just common sense, right? Now, Coinbase is under scrutiny. Despite the push for the SEC clarity and transparency, Coinbase has also come under the scrutiny in the balcony, following the allegations that it charges high fees for listing the tokens. I think a lot of the exchanges do that. You got to pay them off and then they list your tokens. I think that's how things have always been, but maybe when you're that large of a company, you shouldn't be following those practices. What are your thoughts? Tron founder Justin Sun claimed Coinbase asked for $300 million in fees to list the Tron token. So not only is the exchanges crushing it, whether you buy or sell, getting a percentage of the action, but they're also getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to list the tokens. Talk about a cash grab. Good Lord. Now, the founder of the Phantom Network echoed Sun's claims, posting Coinbase proposed listing fees for Phantom ranging from $30 million to $300 million, while Binance charged zero. Wow. The claims by Sun and the other guy contradict the Coinbase CEO. Who's telling the truth? Let me know your thoughts. Now, what does the Trump victory mean for the crypto in the United States? Big, big day. This is our victory lap, family. Crypto community celebrates the Trump election victory. That's right. Let me know if you were watching it. We actually did a live for 15 hours from, I think, 6 p.m. Eastern yesterday until this morning. So we got to witness it live and firsthand. And there was definitely a correlation of the Bitcoin price with the decisive Trump lead. It showed in real time. There's no denying it. Trump declared victory on election night, pledging to usher in the golden age for America. How about the Bitcoin age? Quoting him here, I'm excited to be your 47th and your 45th president. Boom, shakalaka. And it's ironic, he beat women each time he ran. He beat Hillary, and he beat Miss H. Now, Trump had 277 electoral college votes. You only needed 270 to win, just FYI. Meanwhile, his opponent, Miss H, had 224 electoral votes with no viable path to victory. International leaders, including the French president, Emmanuel Macron, congratulated Trump on his anticipated win. I even saw Justin Trudeau congratulate him as well. But you know who congratulated Trump first? Bukele. Before it was even official, he knew Trump was going to win. So all respects to Nayib Bukele and the people of El Salvador, Bitcoin country. So here you go. Trump's win could be a promising sign for the crypto industry in the U.S., of course, as Trump has repeatedly expressed support for crypto and branded himself as the pro-crypto candidate. What other president launched their own NFT collections? Zero. Just saying. Trump repeatedly promised to end the war on crypto if elected, and firing Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC. And again, do you think they may replace Gary with Hester Pierce? And what do you think on that? Because we can't just replace Gary with another suit that's going to continue his bidding. We need to replace him with someone that doesn't have a hidden agenda to, to hold back the crypto industry. And I believe Hester Pierce, from what she says, sounds like she means good, and she wants crypto to thrive in the United States, not hold it back and suppress the price action for her handlers, unlike Gary. But anyways, Trump also promised to launch a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the U.S. to make sure the United States government holds 200,000 Bitcoin acquired from enforcement action. And he also promised to make the United States the Bitcoin mining hub of the entire world. So very bullish sentiment on the biddy. And in line with his Bitcoin stance, Trump also made a big promise to the crypto miners, which I just shared. Now, with Trump's victory, anti-Bitcoin movement in the U.S. has died, according to Dennis Porter, as I read to you earlier in his tweet, which is worthy for me to repeat. Let's be absolutely clear. The anti-Bitcoin movement died last night. The USA will be the most pro-Bitcoin nation in the world. We will have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We will enshrine a national law to defend the Bitcoin rights. Very profound words. Now, the founders of Gemini, we know the Winklevoss twins, publicly endorsed Trump, donating millions to support him as the only pro-crypto candidate. And notable figures supporting Trump's campaign included Hoskinson of Cardano and Bitco CEO Mike Belshi and Tron founder Justin Sun and Charlie Shrem, Bitcoin OG. And amid the growing optimism over the Trump victory of the election, the crypto market has had a historic reaction. Obviously, we just surpassed price discovery yet again here during the live stream. Currently, 76 G's, baby, plus. And quoting Anthony Pompliano, we have the first Bitcoin president going to the White House, which is why we saw a new all-time high. I agree with that. I don't think the markets would have reacted the same if Kamala would have got the W. But let me know your thoughts. Now, what does Trump's victory mean for crypto here in the United States? Let me know your thoughts on that as we continue to speculate. Personally, I think six figures is a lock. I think Q4, we're about to go parabolic where no man has gone before. It's going up forever, Laura. And I think next year in 2025, we most likely hit the cycle peak, which could potentially be multiple six figures. In my opinion, as high as 750,000. But what are your thoughts? I'll read your comments out loud, and welcome everyone to the live stream. There's 1,000 folk watching us. I love it. Let's discuss the latest from Anthony Pompliano. The headline reads, investor Pompliano calls Bitcoin gold with wings and says Bitcoin is the savings account of the new generation. I second that. In a new interview with Fox Business, the founder of venture capital firm Pomp Investments says that the debasement of the US dollar is bullish for both Bitcoin and gold, and Bitcoin could outperform the precious metal due to the increasing adoption. Yeah, Max Kaiser says for every dollar increase you see in gold, Bitcoin will go up $20, ultimately a 20x ratio. So let that sink in. But quoting Pompliano from the interview, if you look at gold in the S&P 500 over the last 5 years, the compound annual growth rate is about the same. Gold is up 13% and the S&P is up 14%. Bitcoin has destroyed that. And so I like to say that Bitcoin is gold with wings. Bitcoin and gold both go up for the same reason. They're debasing the dollar. But Bitcoin is much more sensitive. It is an earlier asset that the world is trying to price in 100%. That's very unique about Bitcoin, or what's very unique is that it is a bottom-up story. Most technology goes top down. Now, militaries and governments, they adopt it first, then corporations, and then finally individuals. They get smartphone or they get a computer on their desks. They're the last ones. Bitcoin was the opposite. The individual got it first. Now we're seeing corporations, financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity starting to adopt this. Eventually, it is going to be centralized banks, and it is going to be governments. Central banks today own 12% of the global gold supply. I believe that they will eventually start to buy the biddy. That would be very bullish for the Bitcoin price. He also believes that People will increasingly store their wealth in stablecoins and Bitcoin instead of traditional bank accounts. That's right. Those who store fiat as a store of value. What do we call them, folks, family? Now, quoting him again, if you think of the traditional financial system, you have a checking account. You've got a savings account. That checking account is being replaced by stablecoins. It is just dollars in the digital rail. Bitcoin is becoming that savings account, and the beauty of a savings account is you put your money there and you don't move it. So if you go and you look on chain, you can see that more than 1 out of every 2 Bitcoin has not moved in the last 2 years. Huddle be thy name. And 2 out of every 3 Bitcoin has not moved in the past 12 months, even though the Bitcoin price has tripled during that period. And to watch the interview he did on Fox News in its entirety, check the show notes below the video in the description. Send Bitcoin to 100 G's. Let's stop playing. Bitcoin Super Saiyan. Send it. But just as sexy as the chart, we have the one and only Cathie Wood. She says the Trump victory will put the blockchain and 4 other technologies on the steroids. That's right. ARK Invest CEO Miss Wood thinks blockchain and a handful of other tech sectors could grow under Trump's administration. Wood says in a new YouTube video that the federal deregulation can drive the tech innovation. Quoting the one and only Cathie Wood, if Trump's elected and they do the decreasing regulation, getting government spending down, and expectations of government spending is down, I believe that's what we have been expecting is going to happen on steroids. And that is the 5 major innovation platforms that are evolving today, which include robotics, energy storage, AI, blockchain tech, and multi-omic sequencing. Whatever multi-omic sequences, I don't even know. They involve 14 different technologies, and they're all ready for the prime time. They are entering exponential growth trajectories. They will be allowed to fly. You're damn right. Now, why will they? Because technologies are inherently deflationary. And why is that? They deliver huge gains in productivity. And so you can imagine a world where unit growth accelerates and pricing is either flat or negative. And in a bid to raise campaign funds and differentiate himself from President Biden and Miss H, and Trump has attempted to stake out a position as a crypto. We already know they're just pretending. You got to watch their actions. They're definitely not pro-crypto. They're anti-crypto. And I think every crypto bro would agree. The only one pro-crypto is the new winner. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? And he's the new president of the United States. I guess it didn't really kick into effect in January, but nonetheless, it was just announced, and the markets are reacting accordingly. Now, in May of 2018, while serving in the Oval Office, he also reportedly directed then Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin to go after Bitcoin for fraud. Those fraudsters, how dare they attack the Bitcoin? Who's laughing now? Mr. Mnuchin. Just saying. Let's continue with our feature story of the day. Economist predicts a blow-off top for Bitcoin at $123,000 with the Trump win. That's right, yo, as you can see here in the headline. Now that Trump has been announced, the new president of the United States of America for the 2024 presidential election, which we witnessed in real time during our 15-hour Trump pump watch, sending Bitcoin parabolic to price discovery. We're still at price discovery. Bitcoin's doing its thing. We're celebrating. The euphoria is driven by Trump's big election promises. You're damn right. This is a Bitcoin election, hence why he won. He wants to establish Bitcoin as a national strategic stockpile. Fire the SEC chairman, Mr. Gensler. Now go home and get your shine box, Gary. And generally enforce a crypto-friendly policy. Amen. While a Miss H victory would have meant a short-term setback for the biddy, according to most experts, as we know their anti-crypto policy. However, renowned economist Henrik offers a cautionary perspective. He warns that Trump's proposed economic policies could precipitate a U.S. recession, leading to a blow-off top scenario for Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. Now, central to his argument is Trump's plan to replace certain taxes with tariffs to stimulate domestic economic growth. That's what's up. Lower taxes is always a beautiful thing, in my opinion. Now, drawing parallels with historical events, the Economist suggests Trump's tariff strategy could echo the economic missteps of the 20s and 30s. I don't necessarily agree with that, but in the post, he shared a link of the wiki page for a Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. I guess that was 3 years before the Gold Confiscation Act of 1933. He stated, now everything is lined up for history to repeat itself. U.S. tariffs implemented into a recession, reinforcing the downturn and popping the greatest bubble of all. Now, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act is widely regarded as a catalyst that deepened the Great Depression. By substantially increasing U.S. tariffs on imported goods, the act prompted retaliatory tariffs from other nations, leading to a severe contraction in international trade. This protectionist spiral exacerbated global economic decline, resulting in heightened unemployment and prolonged hardship worldwide. Amid these economic concerns, the Economist projected a significant yet potentially short-lived surge of the Bitcoin price. Here's what he shared. Making it simple, Bitcoin target 115 to 123,000, and lo and behold, the weekly cup and handle target, which we share every day on the stream when we do the TA, is 124,000, right in alignment with that target. Let me know if you agree. His analysis is grounded in the Fibonacci extension levels, a technical analyst tool used to predict the future price movements based on historical price patterns. We love the Fibonacci. And according to the analyst, the critical level to monitor is the 1.618 Fibonacci, calculated at 115,000 per Bitcoin. He suggests that this level is likely the top. I think we're just getting started at that level, but hey, to each their own, indicating that Bitcoin can reach this price point before experiencing a significant reversal. Now, I can agree with that. I think Q4 target in play is 123,000 before a very significant correction, maybe back down to 100,000 or 90,000. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Not investment advice. Everything I share in this stream is for entertainment purposes only. The analysis also notes other key Fibonacci levels that may serve as resistance to the Bitcoin ascent, including the 0.382 level at 77.4, marking a significant initial resistance, followed by a breakout from the previous all-time high. We're looking to break 77,000 in play right now. We also have the 0.618 level of the Fib, which could act as a minor resistance as the price continues to climb. And additionally, the 1.0 level of 107 Gs represents a crucial psychological and technical threshold, while the 1.27 level is at 123,000, indicating a possible overshoot beyond the primary target zone. So there you go, yo. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Economist that Bitcoin is likely marching to 123 Gs before a significant correction. As Bitcoin continues ripping like a young Scottie Pippen, all-time highs, price discovery, Bitcoin up 7,000 on the day. Here's what we're going to do. Instead of ending the YouTube stream and going to the uncensored version of the pod, because we're in price discovery and these are the days we live for, do you want to continue and turn this live stream into a pump watch and keep it going and see how high we climb? I mean, we're up 7,000 on the day. Let's pull up some of the live charts. Holy moly.